I came across an interesting article, and I've loved. I like talking about interesting things that like adapting to television series. Now, a while ago, we ended up coming across an interesting article and some news that was saying that they were going to do a RoboCop television series that didn't focus on RoboCop himself, but what the buildup was. The character of Dick Jones in OCP, and kind of how he made his way up the ladder. And I thought that was actually a pretty interesting idea because Dick Jones is a pretty interesting character in the films and the OCP, seeing this mysterious organization, how they kind of came to power, would be a good and interesting story to delve into, and potentially seeing some of the more known characters in the RoboCop franchise, where they were and how they got there before RoboCop came onto the scene. But it looks like Amazon is going to go in a different direction with a reboot series. Now, I'm not against that, but I do have some concerns because personally, with the established mythology that we do have, should there be a reboot? Why not them just continue the story of the original RoboCop or continue from the reboot? Now, I know audiences did not really connect with the reboot too well, but I thought it was a good starting point for a more realistic and modern take on the franchise. But if you are a fan of the original RoboCop, I think a television series that would act as potentially a sequel to those film series would actually benefit better than just another reboot altogether. Now, what happened to the Dick Jones OCP TV series? I haven't come across really anything on that. I would like to do a bit more research and get an update, or are they going to continue with it? Because I think it is a really good idea, especially as a build up to the RoboCop franchise, at least the original one. Now, for those that don't know, RoboCop isn't a stranger to television adaptations. There were 2 animated series as well as a live action series that acted as a follow-up to the original films. Now, you can say they were good or not. I remember seeing one of the animated series, but don't remember too much about it. And I remember I did watch the live action series and thought it was okay. But if they're going to make a sequel series to this, or a reboot, I think it is an interesting idea. Now, the most recent RoboCop project to gain attention was a planned movie titled RoboCop Returns, with Ab Forsyth set to direct. Now, honestly, RoboCop Returns is a stupid title. And if they said, I don't know, I could try to come up with a whole bunch of titles for a RoboCop sequel. Now, the RoboCop Returns would be a sequel to the original film, ignoring the events of the second and third film, which I think is kind of dumb. I like the second film. I actually think that what the second film does is take the concept of the first film and show what happens when it's twisted to the side of bad guys. So I think that canonically, the first and the second film should be the staple source, and then RoboCop Returns would make a worthy sequel if it was done right. Because RoboCop 3, it was trash. I'm sorry, it was an interesting idea, but it was overall trash. And of course, there is the RoboCop Rogue City game that I believe is supposed to launch this year, which I'm interested to definitely test out, because we have not got a good RoboCop game, and an open world first person game would make sense and does have potential for a very in-depth gaming experience. But RoboCop being rebooted by Amazon, and Amazon has got a lot of interesting IPs under their belt, and unfortunately, I'm a little bit worried, because they do have a lot of wokeism in the thing, and what they've been developing, Rings of Power being one. But they've had some pretty good original stuff: Invincible, Carnival Row, The Boys. I like The Tick. They've got some interesting things under their belt. But RoboCop, Amazon rebooting RoboCop, I don't think it should be a reboot. I think it should definitely be a continuation because, like I said, you have two worlds you've already gotten. I do like the modern take of the 2014 film, but for those people that did like the original ones, I think they should definitely go with that one. And I'm still interested to see what they got with the Dick Jones OCP TV series. But in the comment section below, guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you think they should reboot it and come up with a new concept, or do you think they should continue from the original film franchise or the already 2014 rebooted franchise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hitting that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going.